The weakness you're willing to acknowledge and overcome. What is the weakness that you have not acknowledged? What is your Achilles heel? You know, shout out to Greek mythology. What is the one thing that the one vice that you refuse to give up? You refuse to talk about. No one knows about it. It happens behind closed doors, behind closed curtains, at night, 2 a.m. What is that one thing, the two or three things that if anybody found out about this, you would probably experience shame, guilt? You are a slave to whatever you have to hide or lie about. It controls you. It owns you. Whatever you have to hide or lie about, you are a slave to that. You work with no pay. You wake up and you have to cover up, and you got to hide, and you got to overcompensate, and you try to smear over it, and it's too much work. But the difference in people is who confronts and acknowledges their weaknesses and says, I'm going to try to overcome this. I'm going to get help. I'm going to ask someone else for help. When I was in Alaska dealing with, anxiety and trying to overcome my, my issues, just worrying about, I'm not competent enough. I'm not perfect in this job. I'm not excelling in this job. Perceivably, in my own mind, I wasn't that person. I wasn't him. And I realized, all right, I've done everything in my own power. I've intermittent fasted. I've switched my diet. I'm working out twice a day. I'm getting more sleep. I'm getting up earlier. I'm drinking caffeine, drinking alcohol. I'm like, I can't fix this by myself. You have to address the pride and realize maybe I have to go outside of me to get help with these couple things. Long term, it's imperative that we all address those vices that no one talks about. It's something we all have to address in terms of what is that vice that no one wants to talk about. Don't bother that. Leave it alone. What weakness are you willing to acknowledge and overcome determines who you can and will be later down the road.